You know, during the commercial break, Rabbi, you and I were talking, and here in Hamilton, we used to have on the side of the mountain a sign that said Merry Christmas during the Christmas holidays. That had to be changed to Season's Greetings. Well, you know what, on this show, when it comes to Christmas, sir, I don't say Season's Greetings. I say Merry Christmas. At Easter time, I don't say Happy Spring Holiday. I say Happy Easter. It's gone way too far. How do we claim back our rights? How do we claim back our religion? How do we claim back our political views? How do we claim back our countries?
By claiming it, by demanding it, by getting out in the streets. First of all, people should say Merry Christmas. That's what it is. It's not a season. There's no such thing as a season. Mm-hmm. It's a day called Christmas. And all of the everything in December, from Thanksgiving until Christmas, it all revolves around not winter, it revolves around Christmas. So first of all, people have to say Merry Christmas. They have to say Happy Easter. They shouldn't be so politically correct or so afraid, so timid. My God, the society is going to be destroyed, our civilization, because of timidity. A civilization lasts and has longevity because the people believe in it. So you have to say it. And you've got to say it in public. And then you've got to demand when you see a store that all of a sudden that takes away Christmas signs and puts in Season Greetings, you go to them and say, I'm not going to buy my gifts here because I'm buying it for Christmas. I'm not buying it for winter. So we have to have that confidence. That's why I wrote Push Back, because people need to push back. Otherwise, incrementally, step by step, everything is going to be taken. Because there is a left-wing cabal, it includes the media, the ruling class, the leftists, that want to take this from us. And this is our heritage. It's our way of life. It's what we love. And if we want to retain it, we have to fight for it. You know, we haven't had to fight for the last 50, 60 years. It's somehow on autopilot. Mm-hmm. Now we have to fight because there are people that want to take it away. And we have to know that. There are people that hate... Yes, go on.
I was just going to say, is it going to take another act of civil insurrection in order to get the message across? Are we going to have to do what they did in Egypt? Are we going to have to do what they've done in other countries to show the government that we're not going to take it anymore?
It's not the government. It's the people that run the government. Government per se is something neutral. It's the people who run the government that are the problems. You can have I'm sure if you had a Ronald Reagan, a Mitt Romney, a Harper, and all these fellas, and they ran their governments, it'd be a good government. So it's not government that's the problem, because Thomas Jefferson, George Washington, they ran the government here in America. It's the people who are populating and using the government for their own aggrandizement, for their own power, for their own feeling that they're better than us. They're the new aristocracy. And they'll make all the decisions for us. That is what those particular people. But sure, look, you've seen the left is always successful on every one of their issues because they go into the street, they're visible, they protest, they shout. You hear them, you see them. Legislatures see them. I love going to church and the synagogue and all of these things, but that's not going to win it for us. Prayer alone is not enough. We have to go into the streets. We have to be heard, and we've got to be angry. We should have some righteous anger. When someone is taking your heritage, taking it from you and your children, you should have righteous anger. And people respond when they see anger on someone's... How come Islam is always successful? Because they show anger, then people get afraid. Well, maybe if people looked at us and saw some righteous anger, because it's anger that we're entitled to this anger. They're stealing our heritage. Maybe then they'd step back and say, hey, we have gone too far.
Rabbi, we've got to say so long for tonight. Once again, I want to thank you so much for joining us. Continued success, sir, and I welcome the opportunity of having you back on the show anytime.
Thank you, Rob. Thanks very much.
Good night, sir. Exxon Nation, for more information, visit www. You got your pencils ready? Pushbackamerica.com and caucusforamerica.com. We'll be back on the other side of this break. Don't go away.